Imagine a vibrant college campus under the golden August sun, students buzzing with the excitement of a new semester, laughter echoing, backpacks slung over shoulders. Then, a piercing alert shrieks across phones. Active shooter at Mullins Library. Run, hide, fight. Screams erupt, chairs topple, and hearts pound as SWAT teams storm the grounds, guns drawn. But what if it's all a lie? A shadowy group called Purgatory is wielding AI to unleash a wave of fake shooter calls across America's universities, turning dreams into nightmares. This is the true story of a cybercrime spree that gripped campuses in fear, starting with one fateful day at the University of Arkansas. The University of Arkansas campus in Fayetteville was alive with the energy of Welcome Week, August 24th, 2025. The air smelled of fresh-cut grass, and the red brick buildings gleamed under the late summer sun. Mysaela Morano, a 21-year-old journalism major with shoulder-length dark brown hair and hazel eyes, walked across the quad, her green sweater catching the breeze. She clutched a notebook, scribbling ideas for her next story, her mind buzzing with ambition. "This semester is going to be big," she told her friend Ava, who grinned back. "You're going to be the next big reporter, Mysaela." Nearby, 19-year-old freshman Casey Mann adjusted her university hoodie, her blonde ponytail bouncing as she navigated the crowded pathways. She texted her mom, Lisa, a quick update. "Loving campus. Classes start tomorrow." Lisa, a single mother from Little Rock, replied with a heart emoji, her pride tinged with worry. Casey was her only child, and the news of swatting hoaxes at Villanova and Tennessee had unsettled her. That evening, Mysaela sat in her dorm, the glow of her laptop illuminating her face. Her roommate Sophie sprawled on the bed, scrolling through social media. "You hear about those fake shooter calls?" Sophie asked, her voice casual but edged with unease. Mysaela frowned, pushing up her glasses. "Yeah, it's messed up. Who does that?" Sophie shrugged. "Some sick pranksters, probably." Mysaela's fingers paused on her keyboard. "What if it happens here?" she said softly, her hazel eyes meeting Sophie's. "It won't," Sophie replied, but her voice lacked conviction. "This is Arkansas. We're safe." Across town, Casey sat on her dorm's balcony, the campus skyline twinkling below. She called her mom, her voice trembling slightly. "Mom, what if something bad happens here, like those hoax calls?" Lisa's voice was steady, but strained. "You're safe, Casey. You're in a good place. Just stay alert, okay?" Casey nodded, clutching her phone. "I just want to make you proud." Lisa's heart ached. "You already do, sweetheart. Always." The words hung heavy, a fragile promise in a world where safety felt uncertain. The next morning, August 25th, the campus buzzed with the first day of classes. Mysaela headed to Mullins Library, her notebook tucked under her arm, ready for a study session. Casey, in a lecture hall, scribbled notes, her nerves easing as the professor's voice filled the room. Assistant Police Chief Matt Mills, a stern 40-year-old with graying hair, patrolled the campus, his radio crackling with routine chatter. The university felt like a safe haven, a place of dreams and new beginnings. But in a shadowy corner of the internet, a group called Purgatory was already plotting, their AI tools humming, ready to unleash chaos.
The library was a hive of activity, students flipping through books or typing furiously. Michaela found a quiet corner, spreading out her notes. She texted her grandmother, Ellen, a quick photo of her study setup. "Ready to ace this semester?" Ellen replied, "That's my girl. Stay safe, okay?" Michaela smiled, but a flicker of unease passed through her. The news of swatting hoaxes lingered in her mind, a distant but nagging fear. Casey, meanwhile, left her lecture hall, joining friends in the quad. The sun was high and laughter filled the air. She spotted Weston Halsney, a 12-year-old middle schooler visiting campus for a youth program, his lanky frame weaving through the crowd. Weston, a local kid with a quick wit, was chatting with friends, his backpack slung low. His mother, Emily, a volunteer for the program, watched from a distance, her heart swelling. He's growing up so fast, she thought, unaware that the day would test their resilience. At 12:30 p.m., the campus shattered. A chilling 911 call hit the Fayetteville dispatch. A panicked voice claimed a man with a gun was in Mullins Library, gunfire crackling in the background. The dispatcher's heart raced as she relayed the alert. Phones across campus buzzed with a university-wide text, "Active shooter at Mullins Library. Run, hide, fight." Michaela's phone lighted up as she sat in the broadcast room. Her breath caught and she dove behind a green screen, her hands trembling, as she texted Ellen, "As of right now, I'm safe. I love you." Casey in the quad froze as the alert hit. Her friends screamed, sprinting for cover. She ducked into a classroom, helping others barricade the door with desks. Her heart pounded as she whispered, "This can't be real." Weston, caught in the chaos, huddled with his group in a lecture hall, his young face pale. Emily, nearby, pulled him close, her voice shaking. "Stay low, Weston. We're okay."
SWAT teams stormed the campus, their rifles glinting under the midday sun. Assistant Chief Mills coordinated the response, his radio a frenzy of orders. Over 300 calls flooded non-emergency lines, with 38 911 calls reporting sightings of a gunman. The library was locked down, students cowering in corners, professors shielding their classes. Michaela's mind raced to her childhood drills, stacking chairs, hiding in ceilings. She whispered to Sophie, beside her, "What if this is it?" Sophie gripped her hand. "It's not. We're getting out of this." Casey, in the barricaded classroom, texted her mom, "I'm scared, Mom." Lisa, miles away, fought tears, typing back, "You're strong, Casey. I'm here." The sound of boots echoed outside, and Casey's breath hitched. Was it police or the shooter? The fear was suffocating, the line between hoax and reality blurred. Weston, clutching his backpack, whispered to Emily, "I just wanted to have fun today." Emily's heart broke, but she forced a calm smile. "You're brave, kiddo. We'll be fine." As hours dragged on, police swept the library, finding no gunmen, no shots fired. Mills's voice crackled over the radio. No evidence of a threat. The alert lifted, but the campus was a ghost town, students shaken, some sobbing. Michaela emerged, her legs weak, calling Ellen. "It was a hoax, Grandma, but it felt so real." Casey, still trembling, hugged her friends, her sleepless night looming. The truth sank in. Purgatory's AI-generated call with fake gunfire had turned their world upside down, a cruel lie that felt like a bullet.
The University of Arkansas stands silent, its once vibrant quad now a maze of police tape and fear. Students whisper in huddled groups, their eyes scanning for threats that never came. But the terror isn't over. Across the nation, a cybercriminal group called Purgatory laughs in the shadows, their AI-crafted hoaxes spreading panic from coast to coast. As the FBI scrambles to catch these digital ghosts, students like Michaela and Casey grapple with the chilling question: what happens when the next alert is real? This is the story of a community fighting to reclaim safety, haunted by a lie that feels all too true. The morning after the hoax, August 26, 2025, the University of Arkansas felt like a different place. The quad, once alive with laughter, was eerily quiet, students moving in cautious clusters. Michaela sat in her dorm, her notebook untouched, her hazel eyes staring blankly at the wall. The memory of hiding behind the green screen replayed in her mind, the fake gunfire echoing in her ears. She called her grandmother, Ellen, her voice shaky. "Grandma, I keep thinking, what if it wasn't a hoax?" Ellen's voice was soft but firm. "You're here, Michaela. You're safe. Don't let fear win." But fear had already taken root, a shadow over her dreams. Casey, in her dorm, couldn't shake the image of barricading the classroom door. She texted her mom, Lisa. "I didn't sleep last night. It's like I'm still waiting for something bad." Lisa, her heart aching, replied, "You're stronger than this. We'll get through it." But Casey's blue eyes were haunted. Her freshman optimism dimmed. She passed Weston in the hall, the young middle schooler looking smaller, his usual grin gone. Emily, his mother, hovered nearby, her own face pale. "You okay, Weston?" Casey asked softly. He nodded, but his voice was quiet. "I just wanted to see the campus, not this." Assistant Chief Matt Mills stood in the university police station, his stern face etched with frustration. The hoax had drained resources from 15 agencies, including the FBI and state police. Over 300 non-emergency calls and 38 911 calls had flooded in, each one a false lead. This wasn't just a prank, he told his team, his radio crackling. Someone wanted chaos, and they got it. He pored over reports, learning of similar hoaxes at Villanova, Tennessee, and beyond. The name Purgatory surfaced, a cybercriminal group using AI to mimic gunfire, their calls designed to terrify. In a dimly lit FBI command center in Little Rock, agents hunched over screens, analyzing telegram chats linked to Purgatory. The group, part of a larger network called The Calm, had bragged about earning $100,000 from their swatting spree, charging $95 per call. A leader, Gores, taunted authorities online, his Discord voice call to 41 listeners live streaming the Arkansas hoax. "They're running like roaches," he'd laughed, the sound of fake gunfire crackling. John Cohen, a former DHS official, briefed the team. "These aren't kids pulling pranks. They're organized, maybe even tied to foreign actors sowing discord." Michaela, determined to reclaim her focus, headed to a campus coffee shop, her notebook in hand. She overheard students whispering about the hoax, their voices laced with fear. "What if we ignore the next alert and it's real?" one said. Michaela's pen froze. She thought of her conversation with Sophie the night before the hoax, her question about safety now a haunting echo. She wrote in her notebook, "Fear is the real weapon." Her journalism instincts kicked in. She wanted answers, to expose Purgatory's cruelty. Casey, meanwhile, joined a campus vigil organized by students. Candles flickered as a professor spoke. "We won't let fear define us." Casey stood beside Ava, Michaela's friend, her hands trembling. "I keep hearing that alert in my head," she admitted. Ava nodded, her eyes distant. "It's like they stole our safe place." Weston, with Emily, lit a candle, his young face solemn. "I don't want to be scared to come here," he whispered. Emily hugged him, her voice breaking. "You won't be, sweetheart. We'll make it safe again."
The FBI's investigation deepened, uncovering Purgatory's tactics, AI-generated voices, VPNs, and Google Voice numbers masking their origins. Past arrests of members like Evan Strauss and Owen Jarboe offered clues, but Gores remained a ghost. Mills met with university officials, urging heightened security. "We can't let complacency set in," he warned. "These hoaxes could desensitize us to real threats." The fear of the boy who cried wolf loomed, as students like Michaela and Casey questioned every alert. Michaela, back in the library, started researching swatting for a journalism project. She found a report by the Center for Internet Security linking Purgatory to foreign actors, aiming to undermine trust in institutions. Her fingers flew across her keyboard, fueled by anger. "They think they can scare us silent," she told Sophie, her eyes fierce. "I'm not letting them." Sophie nodded, her own fear turning to resolve. "Write the truth, Michaela. Make them pay." Casey, still shaken, attended a counseling session offered by the university. The therapist spoke of resilience, but Casey's mind wandered to her mom's words, "You're stronger than this." She decided to join a student safety group, vowing to help prevent future scares. At the vigil's end, she lit another candle, whispering, "For us, for safety." As the sun set, the campus remained on edge. Police patrols increased. The FBI vowed to hunt purgatory, but their digital anonymity was a shield. Mills stood outside Mullins Library, his face grim. "We'll catch them," he told his team, but doubt lingered. For Michaela, Casey, and Weston, the scars of fear remained, a haunting reminder that even a lie could wound deeply. The question hung heavy. When the next alert came, would they run, hide, or fight?